Minister, thank you for joining us, for taking the time to speak to us and coming to visit us at the ILC Communication Zone. Great to have you.
Yeah, it's my great pleasure, Martin, joining this program.
Let's talk a little bit about living wages. Last year, your country hosted the original meeting on living wages. I wanted to ask your opinion why this is an important issue for your government, for Sri Lanka, and in your view, how can living wages contribute to reducing inequalities and at the same time promoting more inclusive societies?
Yes, Martin. So basically, now our economy is just directed, and when it comes to the wages, the minimum wage or the regime and the policies determined. So when we deal with the minimum wages, it's based on macroeconomic realities and indicators just to provide you a basic survival and not to have a better life. So when people struggle with the survival, so automatically, so they live with a fear. Then when someone lives with a fear, it's extremely difficult for them to contribute for the productivity. So that it is an alleviation from that the basis of the survival to a level where they can actively participate in the economic engagement, so that the gap between the extreme the income earners and the poor end can be reduced. And at the same time, it really enables and stimulates the large group of people to be empowered by themselves. So by realizing the value of their labor and the importance of being engaged in economic activities rather than thinking of government subsidies or to live as deprived people. So this is one of the major reason and how and why the income inequality can be reduced. But on the other hand, it will help the economy also drive at a faster speed. Why? It's if someone or maybe the policies are designed to increase the basic salaries to living the wages without changing the structural issues of improving the value generation or the productivity, it is not sustainable. So these efforts, so the living wages together with structural changes to increase the productivity with the appropriate government support really help not only to bridge the gap between income equality, but also to achieve sustainable and inclusive growth. So that is the main reason for us to engage in this discourses and the moving towards living wages.
So living wages and structural changes going hand in hand.
Of course.
That's very important. Can you tell us a little bit of what your government has been doing along these lines to promote, minimum wages and the structural changes?
Yes, of course. As of now, once we form our government 1.5 years ago, the real wages had not increased over 5 to 6 years. What we did immediately, even without having any request, so demand from the employees, we understood the fact that the purchasing power was so poor. So we increased the basic salaries of the public sector by almost 60%, and the private sector by 50%. So as a result, the real wages has significantly increased, but that is not adequate. So we can't simply move or shift from basic wages to the living wages overnight. It's a gradual movement. So we have taken the right measures at the very beginning of our government, because our government formed in a critical stage where our economy was really crippled and collapsed. It was in an abyss of abyss. So that when we address some issues, we need to address everything in parallel.
Now let's talk about the Global Coalition for Social Justice. Your country has recently joined the Global Coalition. What decided your country to join the coalition, and what do you expect to achieve through this engagement?
The social justice is a very broad concept. If you look at and think of only the economic and financial aspects, to great extent, the social justice may be ignored. Now we have a mandate and challenge as well. When we navigate our economy from the economic revival, at the same time we need to address this social justice. Why? the Sri Lankan economics, the contribution, more than 70% of the contribution comes from the informal sector. When it goes to the informal sector, social security issues, and even gender pay gaps. So if you take the labor force participation in Sri Lanka, it's very low. So less than 50, of which even the women labor force participation is somewhere around 30. Lots of structural issues are there. So therefore, if you think only about the economic growth and the investment, simply ignoring the social justice, that would lead to another disaster. So we do not want to have that. At the same time, social justice is a very broad concept. It talks about the social contract. Our mandate is to address all those things together. At the same time, it is a fact that these issues such as living wages or the social justice cannot be solved by ourselves only, by our individual government. From our government perspective and the policy direction, we will take the right decision. But at the same time, why we want to join hands with the global organization, the final answer really lies on how best we cooperate each other, whether we are ready to bring the real social justice. We hope that so those organizations are working on these things. So the world is for the consensus politics. So therefore, very correctly, rightly, we have stepped the forward and we have taken the right decisions to be a part and parcel of this global the movement to bring the real social justice, because we believe our policies keep humanity above everything.
Absolutely, Minister. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us, and we look forward to having you more around here and working with you and your government.
Thank you so much, Martin. It's a great pleasure joining your program.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.